As we know, it's our glorious monarch's platinum jubilee, and of course all the stops are coming out. Now, particularly if you are a lady, there is nothing more inviting than being on the front cover of a glossy magazine, even one that now sadly has to be given away in offices and shops. But let's celebrate the moment for our gracious Majesty the Queen as she finally becomes a Vogue cover girl at the ripe old age of 90 plus. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. This story really is a heartwarming story when you think about it, because as we know, our gracious Majesty the Queen is very, very busy trying to celebrate her Platinum Jubilee. And more importantly, I think what's been difficult for her is all the setbacks that she's had with her, health of the last sort of 6 to 9 months. Let me also debunk a story that you may have read in the paper, because a celebrity, a microscopic actor, basically said on TV that our gracious Majesty the Queen was now using a wheelchair. That's technically true, but not all true. What she's using the wheelchair for are very difficult long walks. Let me explain. She currently lives at Windsor Castle. There are long, long, long corridors. They're almost a workout in themselves, right? Wouldn't mind a wheelchair myself when I've gone to film in there, let me tell you. So that's the reason why she's in a wheelchair if she doesn't feel up to it. She's not in a wheelchair full time. But here is some good news, because this coming month she is on the front cover of Vogue magazine. Have a look at this glorious picture taken by Lord Snowdon way back in 1957. But as ever with anything royal, there's always a battle at the side of it, isn't there? And this is all to do with the fact that they've decided to pick this. A lot of people are claiming, of course, that they should have picked a more up-to-date picture, and perhaps they should. Now, this is a split cover. There's a Hollywood issue at one side as well. What I would have done if I'd have been the executive director of Vogue, I might have split the cover, simply had, the 1957 picture on one side and perhaps a more up-to-date picture on the other side. Now, of course, it's hard to imagine that our gracious Majesty the Queen has had to wait all of these years to grace the cover of Vogue. She was a fashion icon in her day, no two ways about it. And of course, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, graced the front cover way back in 2016, and then Meghan Markle curated and executively produced, whatever you call it, her own version on that particular magazine cover too. So there's a definite royal association. For Meghan, though, of course, hers had more of a message. For our gracious Majesty the Queen, as I say, it will become a collector's edition. She simply looks absolutely marvellous. And more importantly, the image that everybody around the world associates with our wonderful monarch of 70 plus years on the throne. If you get an opportunity, you can digitally download it, or in fact you can buy it in those old-fashioned things called the shops. I'm teasing, right? Whatever, for me, our gracious Majesty the Queen is simply always in vogue. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.